Welcome back to Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy, and right now I want to go over IQIYI stock, ticker symbol IQ. So IQ got absolutely destroyed today. The last 3 days we've seen a serious sell-off, and I haven't seen a sell-off like this in a very long time. And so I wanted to go over the charts, explain what's happening, and also the trade that I made today here on IQIYI. So the first thing I want to mention here is this article all the way back from November 27th. So this is an article saying Alibaba Tencent put talks to buy IQ stake on hold due to price. And so since that article came out, we were dragging down, but then we caught a bottom here at support, and then we roared our way back up for the next couple months. And so conspiracy I potentially have is the fact that Tencent and Alibaba were not able to build out a position into IQ. And so since they saw this rally so much, they may have potentially had the stock price manipulated a little bit so that they were able to buy up down low. Obviously, that is a conspiracy. There's another one that could potentially be due to margin calls. Hedge funds are losing money on certain margin calls, so they have to sell certain positions to make back those losses. So there's a lot of different things that could be happening, but they're all centered around the delisting fears of a lot of these Chinese companies. But the reason why today's sell-off was insane, because if we look here at Baidu was up today, almost 2%. And why is that significant? If we go back to this article right here, Baidu has a stake into IQ of about 56%. So Baidu is essentially the parent company, IQ is the daughter company, and so anything that IQ does has to get approved with Baidu, and Baidu has their back. And so if Baidu is this big company, the Google of China, they're not going to have that many discrepancies in their auditing. Maybe they have a little bit here and there, but they will definitely comply with US regulations if that is something that is going to happen. And so because they have a pretty long buffer time to get their stuff together, I do believe these Chinese companies are just getting hit by a lot of short-term fear, and in these times and these circumstances, it's always best to buy the fear. In my personal opinion, every time we have been circulated with fear in any stock that I've ever been in, the times to buy are always during those panic times because those yield the best returns. And so then I was looking at IQ, and then we actually broke below our level of support here. And so we have had this level of support since the beginning of this channel. You guys have known we've been tracking IQ forever. This has been a very simple stock to trade. You buy at support, you sell at resistance, and then if you get a back test of this level, then you buy back again, you ride the momentum, and it's a two-time trade. And so we got up to here, we were waiting for the back test, we never got the back test, and then we just sold off. And we sold off in 3 days from the top of our channel to the bottom, and we tested lows today of about $14.60. And so I want to explain to you guys what I did today. So what we're looking at right here are two separate call option contracts. So you can see this first one has an expiration date of April 1st, 2021, which is next week, with a strike price of $17.50. And so essentially what this means is I bought here at $1.15 premium, and so I would add this number to this, and so if my strike price is less than $18.65, I would lose 100% of my investment. And so you can see I bought two contracts here, they filled, that was sweet. And then the second one I bought here, a little bit longer term out, expires April 16th, the exact same strike price. I got two contracts, but this one I bought at $1.55. And so you can see March 26, 2021 at 3:13 p.m. I bought these. And so I did not plan on selling both of these contracts, but I accidentally placed a sell order for one of them, so I did end up selling both. And so now we're looking at the sell orders of the exact same contract. So you can see March 26, 2021 at 3:55. So I sold these at the end of the market close. So the first one, the one that expired next week, this is the one that I wanted to sell today. The reason why is because it expires in a week, the decay for this option is going to be a lot higher, which means the volatility is going to be higher both ways. And so because I tried to buy these call options at the bottom of the drop, we saw a nice run up. And so I bought at $1.15, and so I sold at $2. And so I made a decent percentage off of that. And then on the second one, this is the contract that I wanted to hold just because it's a lot longer out, and I do believe there's a lot more upside, but I accidentally sold this one. So the same thing here, I bought this one at $1.55, I sold it at $2.55, quantity 2 contracts within each option call. And so both of these plays yielded a decent return in a really short period of time. And so it was a kind of a mistake though by selling this one. I do believe these April 16th call options are going to go a little bit higher because there's a lot more room to the upside, but I will take the profits where I can. And so I was okay with selling those call options because when I looked at the VIX, I really did not want to hold call options over the weekend. Our VIX is extremely undervalued right now. Usually we are trading above this level of support. So there's still a lot more room to the upside. And if there's more room to the upside, that means the indexes have a great chance of going lower. And so a company like IQ may get hit even harder if the overall markets tank. And so I took my profits and I kind of ran at that moment. But so I just want to show you guys just a real life trade that I made today with IQ. And so with options, having a technical outlook is so key, because if we did not know anything about technicals, I would not have known when to buy the call options. I could have bought more call options up here. I could have bought call options on our first drop. But because we landed below our level of support so quickly, it just seemed like the easy money play to do. Anytime you get here, you buy regardless of what's happening with the company, regardless of what's happening with the news, the rumors. I treat things very objectively. I don't really like to dwell and jump into news because news is just news and it triggers a short-term reaction. At the end of the day, I know what IQ does. If I look at the entire performance of IQ since here, the beginning of their IPO, and for example, I look at their website 3 years ago compared to now is way better now. They have way more content. It's way clearer. It's a way better setup, but the share price is lower now. And so if I just kind of look at things like that, this company has progressed 3 years, but the stock price has gone down. And so when I kind of look at it like that, the same principles are going to apply. I am not leaving IQ out to dry. This is not a stock that is going to get delisted. I believe that anytime you get back on support, it's a buying opportunity. And so that's kind of what I did with my call options. I made a quick little play. I also do believe because we clawed our way back up, we may have a little bit more room to the downside to get a nice full day of trading along this level of support. We have seen no real indication of a uptrend coming. If you look at our MACD is in free fall. There is no curling. We do have an oversold RSI right here at 27. And so we could get a nice little bounce here on Monday. And so let me know in the comments if you guys want me to do certain lives when I make these trades so you guys get real-time information, or even a Discord if you guys want me to keep you guys up to date moment by moment in real trades that I make, because I can't really cover a lot of these trades in real time. I do let Twitter know that when I'm making a trade, but on YouTube it has to wait till market finishes, and by then a lot of stuff can change. So let me know in the comments if you guys want a Discord or anything like that. But if you guys enjoyed this quick little update video, don't forget to like. We are on the road to 10K subs, so if you made it to this point, feel free to hit that subscription button. This is Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy, and I'll see you guys in the next one.